Hey y'all, today we're gonna break down my Topwater box, what I carry when it's that time of the year. Let's see what I got.
More water out here.
There you go. There's a committer. I don't think so. I'm not gonna keep. Oh!
Yeah!
Dude, that's a tank!
It is a tank.
Woo! That's a 6, 7. Look at that thing! $6.85. Thank you, Mama. She gone. All right, so first off, we're gonna start off with the Whopper Plopper. This is the 130 size. All of my Whopper Ploppers carry two colors. A shad, I don't care which shad, it could be monkey butt, it could be phantom shad, I don't really care, as long as it's a shad color, and a black. I have not quite broke into the whole bone thing. I do know there's a whole world to that. I haven't quite figured it out though, but the 130, I throw a lot for like Clear Lake, Delta, the dirtier bodies of water, something that I need to get their attention. If there's wind, if there's waves crashing, whatever, if I need to make some noise or have a large presence, that's when I'm throwing the 130. When I am throwing the 110, this is my kind of overall everything. I actually kind of start with the 110, unless, like I said, there's that wind or the waves or whatever. And I'll run this 110. This does really well, Berryessa, Clear Lake, Delta, the normals, the normal local areas. One of the things that I ran across this last summer was throwing the small one. This is the 75, and it's for those days that they won't eat a buzz bait and they won't quite hit a topwater or hit like a walking bait. This 75, don't count it out even though it's small. Slow rolling this is just subtle enough that you can get bit throwing this on the Delta. It's also really great for pitching around the toolies and trying to shoot in through holes and walk it through small pockets. This 75 can do really good. Don't count it out. I suggest picking one up and trying it out when it comes to that summertime when they start to get a little bit picky. Not quite eating the frog, not quite eating the walking bait, but you want to try something topwater, try this tiny one. See if I lose another worm.
Close.
Good one. In that. Is he gonna even keep? He ain't even gonna help us. Next would be the D-Pop. This bait right here at Malone's last year caught an 8 on. Along with did most of my work on that weekend to finish out the bag was basically on this, and I think there was one on a glide bait, maybe a jerk bait or so, but caught a lot of fish on this popper. It casts really well. You can actually throw this Depop on a bait caster so that you can level up your line. You don't have to run super soft line. The hooks on them are nice and stout. Obviously, you can't go crazy on them, but they definitely have a good hook. It makes a good sound, has a good cast. Would recommend it. Next one would be this right here. Is the Shower Blows, Evergreen Shower Blows in the 105. There is also, I think it's like a 125. I'll throw that for the bigger presents, but this 105 is mainly the one that I throw. If you haven't seen this one walk in the water, it pretty much doesn't move forward. It gives you a super subtle, it gives a lot of thrashing, but it doesn't move anywhere. So if you want to throw this into a small pocket, next to a tree, whatever, and not have it go anywhere, or if you're trying to call them up from deep water, this Shower Blows can stay still, make a lot of noise, and not move anywhere. With staying around trees and stuff, these 3 hooks are very, very sharp. And if you get it within 6 inches of the wood, it'll jump out and grab them, and it'll be hung on that wood, and you're not getting it out unless you go get it. But like I said, if you need to be close to it and you need it to not move, this is a great bait for that. Now this breaks us into the walking style baits. My day in, day out is a Spook Junior, and I believe this is called Foxy Shad or something like that. They don't make the color that I actually really like anymore. They discontinued it. And I think everyone knows kind of what shad color that is. It's not far from this. But the Super Spook Junior has a lot of noise in it. Doesn't walk very fast. You can go very slow. It's a non-intrusive profile. You can throw these over the thing. The only thing I do is I change to the number 2 triple grips, KVD triple grips, and I do front and back number 2s. And that way, if I'm throwing this around weed or tules, when I'm throwing it with 30-pound braid, I can literally just rip it out when I get hung in those weeds or hung in the tules, and I don't have to worry about it. And these KVD triple grips do really good at keeping things stuck. Once they're pinned, they're pinned. I usually don't lose them unless I get all crazy on them and just rip the hooks right out of their face. Now, the only drawback to this bait, which brings us to our next bait, is that subtle profile. If it is windy but they're still eating on top, this bait disappears in the wind and the waves quickly. So your other options are to go to the Super Spook, the actual full-sized one, or the River to Sea Rover 128. This bait, there's something to it. I don't know what it is. It's the sound, it's the bait. I'm not 100% sure. Clear Lake, for some reason, Clear Lake, they like this sound or something. But it works. Don't count it out. This is actually a brand new one that I have not thrown yet because my last one is broken and retired, and that happened this last summer. And these were on back order for a while until it wasn't topwater season anymore. So that pretty much breaks down my topwater box. If I'm throwing topwater, that's what I'm throwing. Hard baits, that is. There's other things you can throw that are, you know, frogs and yada yada yada, but as far as hard bait topwater, the things I live with, the number 2 things that I would say that I can't get away without is going to be the Spook Junior and the Whopper Plopper 110. These two, these are the first 2 baits you buy, this is what I would do. Again, change the hooks on that Super Spook Junior. Those original hooks are not very good. You have to change those hooks out. Get something strong and stout. especially if you're in the Delta, because those stripers will eat this thing and tear it up. That's it for Topwater, and until next time, I hope you get them.